Good evening, students. So today we are going to discuss about population. Okay, the part from your ecology unit. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about different attributes of population, different aspects of population. Okay, so first we have the definition of population. What is population? Where you find population? What types of population is present in the world? Okay, so ecology is the department in which you will discuss about the surrounding. Okay, it is a relationship between organism with its surrounding. Either that surrounding can be abiotic, can be biotic. Means, so just like me standing in this room, okay, students are also here. Abiotic forces like air, water, sunlight is also present here. So this is our ecosystem, and the study of this ecosystem is called ecology. Okay, and same thing is written here. It is a study of interaction of living organisms with one another and with abiotic and physical forces, just like air, water, soil, temperature, and sunlight. It is called ecosystem, and that study is called ecology. Okay, next, these are your the blue words which is marked in this image is belongs to abiotic factors, while the red words is denotes your biotic factors. Insects, plants, microorganisms, reptiles, mammals, birds, these all are biotic factors present in an ecosystem. While air, temperature, sunlight, soil, water, these all are abiotic forces which is present in an ecosystem. Okay, so this is the biological hierarchy present on Earth. Okay, the life starts from cell. Okay, but you do not know that beyond this some things, some smaller than cell things are also present, which you study in chemistry and physics. Okay, proton, electron, neutron, atoms, molecules you studied in chemistry. Okay, now these things comes together and forms biomolecules. These biomolecules comes together and they forms organelles which is present inside your cells. Now cell is the combination of different cell organelles, then cell convert into tissue. Many tissues comes together, they form organ. Many organs form organ system, and many organ system forms an organism. Okay, till here we have our cellular hierarchy. Okay, now it's time for ecological hierarchy. So it starts from organism, then population, which we are going to study in this chapter. It is a group of organisms of a particular species present in a particular area. That is your population. Then population converts into community, means many population of a same species or different species comes together, they form community. Okay, and many communities forms an ecosystem which is the functional unit of ecology. Okay, your ecosystem is the functional unit of your ecology. Okay, many ecosystems comes together and form biome. Okay, and many biome comes together, they form biosphere, and biosphere then form your earth. Okay, so then from your organism to earth, it is known as ecological hierarchy. Okay, now next, now we are going to discuss about population and the study of population. The study of population is called demography. Okay, demography, it is the study of population. So same thing is here. Scientific study of human population is called demography. Population is defined as total number of individuals of a species present in a particular area at a given time. Again, population is defined as the number of an organism of a species present in a particular area in a given time. That thing is called population of that organism. Okay, the population has a specific character, different forms the character of different individuals. Okay, means characters different from character of individuals. The population has specific character different from character of an individual. Population is different, individual is different. Individual equals to organism, it is the one part of a population. Or we can say that individual or organism is a unit of a population. Okay, just like nephron is the unit of kidney, neuron, it is the unit of CNS. Okay, your that hepatic cells are the unit of liver, just like that. Your in organism and individual is the unit of a population. Okay. Now next, characters of population. What are the different characters of a population? Okay, so population density, your natality, mortality, population growth rate, age, sex distribution. These all are the characters of a population. Character of population means what character that population shows, what features that population contain. That thing is called your character of population. And these are population density, natality, mortality, population growth rate, and age, sex, distribution of population. These five things we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, so first we have population density or population size, which is denoted by N. Okay, so it is the number of individual species per unit area or volume. Area because of land, volume for aquatic organisms. Okay, next example, for example, population density of Siberian crane at Bharatpur wetlands in any species is, it is millions for Chlamydomonas in a pond. See, it is can be more than 10, can less than be 10 for a Siberian crane because it is a large organism, multicellular organism. While it is millions in number for Chlamydomonas in a pond because Chlamydomonas is a microorganism. Okay, so this is your population density, the number of individuals present in a particular area at a given time. Okay, next, total number is a difficult measure for huge population. Okay, now you know by counting these numbers, millions number, these 10 number more than 10, less than 10, you can easily count on fingers. Okay, but the million numbers, that is million in numbers, okay, you cannot count on fingers or you can do not count on sheets. So for that you will do estimate. Okay, you found out probability, and that thing is called absolute population density or relative population density. Means what? Relating, you are giving some probability that this type of population can be present at a particular area. Okay, in this, for example, as written here, that you are going to catch fishing. Okay, and number of fish you caught in a net. Okay, in a web. So the number, the population density of that pond is equals to the number of fish you get. Okay, if you get 10 fishes, then the population density of that pond is 10. If you get 20 fishes, then the population density of that pond is 20. If you get 1000 fishes in net, then the population density of that pond is 1000. Okay, so this is your relative population density when you cannot count the number, total number of population of an organism, particular organism present in that area, that particular field, then you will start doing relative population count. Okay, next thing is your, in some case you do indirect population count. Means you are not counting the individual, you are taking different methods to count the number of individual in particular area. For example, in national parks, tiger reserves, we cannot go and search different tigers to count the number of tigers. Okay, so what we will do? We will count the number of pug mark. Okay, the pug marks of tiger or fecal material of tiger we accumulate and weigh that. Okay, and by that we estimate what is the number of a tiger in a particular kilometer area. Okay, so that's how you determine, you count the population density of a particular area. In India, West Bengal is the highly densely populated state, while some states like Rajasthan and MP is less density. Their area is large, but the population is very low. Okay, so this is your population density. Next thing is your birth rate or your natality or fertility. Means number of birth taking place in per time. Okay, so birth rate is defined as total number of birth in a population with respect to total number of individual of population in a year. Okay, and the formula for this is B, which is your birth rate, equals to total number of birth upon initial population. Means you are going to divide the total number of birth upon the initial population. What is the initial population of that area is divided by the number of birth. Then you get birth rate. Okay, so birth rate varies from region to region. Okay, it is different for every region. It is never same. Okay, for example, India have higher birth rate than your Japan. Okay, Pakistan have more higher birth rate than India. Okay, China have 3x birth rate than India. Okay, it is on education, it is on area. Okay, all these things minus your birth rate. Okay, developed countries have lower birth rate because they know how to control their population. Because high birth rate is also not good for a country. It will consume all the resources of that country. So the developed countries like USA, UK, okay, these countries have a proper birth control plans. Okay, so they have less birth rate. Okay, or a normal birth rate we can. For countries like India, China, which are developing countries, or some countries which are undeveloped, like your Nigeria, Zimbabwe, okay, Congo, these countries have very high birth rate because they have high illiteracy rate there. Okay, their literacy rate is very high, due to which they do not get proper education related to birth rate, so they are having 7 to 8 childs in a family. Okay, that's how your birth rate increase in a particular population. Second, high fertility in developing world is partially explained by large number of hands needed to perform work. Okay, the more the population, the more work we can do from that. But we still need the work now. The thing is work, employment. Okay, if there is more people and there is less employment, then how can we do that thing? Okay, unemployment is the main reason behind that high birth rate. Okay, high birth rate equals to unemployment. Normal birth rate equals to employment. जितने लोग होंगे उतना employment होगा. Okay, this is the thing. Next thing is your death rate. Okay, against birth rate it is death rate or mortality. Okay, so death rate is defined as total number of death in a population in respect to a total number of individual of the population in a year. Okay, that rate represented as per capita death rate D. Okay, so D equals to total number of death upon initial population. Okay, again same thing. In the birth rate, we divide total population with number of births take place. In death rate, we are dividing total population by number of death happen in a population. Okay, so death rate in a overpopulated country, it is good. Okay, a death rate in a overpopulated country like India and China, it is not that much haunting. But a country like Japan, if it is having high death rate, then the population of human is vanishing on that country. Okay, so death rate is also one of the major factor which controls the population size. Okay, this is the tag mark for a death rate sign. Okay, means we can say this is a sign of death rate. Okay, in this you are seeing that a lag is tagged by something. Okay, this tag identifies the person death day. Okay, and the cause of the death. Okay, next you can see here, this is the whole world map in which we have different death rate reasons. Okay, so the light yellow one, lemon yellow one is less than 4%. Then that clay color, it is 4 to 6%. In which you have seen that these countries like Egypt, okay, all these countries are coming in this. Okay, next 6 to 8%, it is light orange color, in which our India is coming. Okay, next is one proper orange color, 8 to 10%, in which you will see that Myanmar region is coming, some part of Europe is coming. Okay, here you can see Australia, USA part is coming. Okay, next one is 10 to 12%. Okay, higher death rate. Okay, this thing you are seeing inside the African countries. Okay, next is your 12 to 14%. Brick red color. Again, the regions of Africa, of African countries. Next, more than 14%. Then it is your Russia region. Okay, and at last, that is white color, no data. It is your Antarctica and Arctic because there is no people living there. Okay, you cannot estimate the data of Antarctic and Arctic region in death rate. Okay, so this is about the death rate, second character of population. Now, third character is your growth rate. How the population is growing in a particular area, it is defined as growth rate. What are the patterns of that population that is growing in a particular region is growth rate. Okay, so four basic processes that fluctuate growth rate is your natality, which is birth rate, mortality, which is death rate, then immigration, okay, and then immigration. Okay, this is immigration, this is immigration. Okay, so it is the number of individual of a same species that had come into the habitat. Okay, means the person is coming into the population. It is coming inside the population. You can draw this like this also, like this. It is a particular area, okay, in which this is an area, okay, and these arrow represent exist an entry of different population, okay. So this is I am denoting this line with birth rate, okay. It is positive to the population growth. Then I am talking about birth rate, death rate, and we have immigration, and we have immigration. So we have a particular area in which some population is coming inside, which increases the population density of that area. That is your immigration. Okay, and some population left in that area. That is your immigration. Okay, same thing. Birth rate increases the population statistics of that area, while death rate decreases that statistics of a particular area. So all these things comes together and forms your growth rate. Okay, so natality and immigration increases the population density while mortality and immigration decreases the population density. As you know, positive, okay, natality positive increasing the number of population, immigration, okay, again positive increases the number of population, so increases the population density. Okay, mortality, immigration, they are decreasing the population of an area, then it is indirectly proportional to your population density. Or you can say simply that natality and immigration is directly proportional to population density, while mortality and immigration is indirectly proportional to population density. Okay, next point, if n is the population density at a time t, then density at a time t plus 1 is equals to n, t plus 1 equals to n, t plus b plus I minus d plus e, where your b is birth rate, I is immigration, d is death rate, and e is immigration. Okay, population density increases if b plus I increases, population decreases when your d plus e increases. Simple. Okay, simple as a simple mathematic. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. Same thing is here. If birth rate and immigration increases, your population density increases. If your death rate and immigration increases, your population density decreases. Simple mathematics, simple logic. Okay. Now next one is your age sex structures. Okay, means the population which is present in a particular area, what type of aged people are living in that population. So we have three age sections. Okay, first one is pre-reproductive, means child. Okay, less than 15 years. Then we have reproductive. Okay, which is your 15 to 44 years, means adult. And then post-reproductive means old age people more than 45 years. Okay, and these three populations comes together and present in a population by which we get our age sex structure or age sex distribution. Okay, now we can produce a pyramid with the help of these statistics. Okay, which we call age pyramids. Okay, so we have three types of age pyramid: expanding, stable, declining. Okay, so one by one we are going to see what is this. So expanding population, a higher number of pre-reproductive individuals, moderate number of reproductive individuals, and few number of old age or post-reproductive individual, then that thing is your expanding population. Expanding population means increasing population. Okay, the more the number of child, they will convert into adult. Okay, so more they will do reproduction. So that type of population is your expanding population. Second is your stable population. Okay, an equal number of pre-reproductive and reproductive individuals will constitute and make a stable a stable population. Means the number of reproductive means your 15 to 45 year age people, and your number of pre-reproductive means your child is equal. Then that type of population is stable population. Okay, next type of population is your declining population. Okay, in declining population, what will happen? The number of pre-reproductive mean child is very low. Okay, so if pre-reproductive number means child number is very low, then automatically adult number become low. So that type of population is called declining population. And in now world, this thing, declining population hazard is faced by Japan. Okay, in Japan you will find that their population is declining year by year. Okay, first reason is infertility. Okay, people of Japan, the genes of persons of Japan having higher infertility rate. Okay, that's why the population of Japan country is declining population. Expanding population, as you know, everyone can guess it. There is only many countries are there which are having expanding population, but इसमें top एक ही country करती है, वो है मेरा भारत देश महान. Okay, in which we have expanding type of population. Next thing is your stable population, which is seen in European countries, your American countries, okay, USA and Mexico, okay, and your European countries like UK, France, Germany, Austria, okay, these countries having stable population. They have control on their population. They have equal amount of pre-reproductive and reproductive individuals. Okay, so this is your graphical representation of age-related population studies, which we call age pyramid. Okay, now next thing is your population growth models or curve. Means now we are going to discuss the population in the form of graphs. Okay, so on the basis of that we have two graphs. One is your logistic graph and one is your exponential graph. Okay, now the difference. Exponential graph is that graph in which you are providing abundant sexual reproduction, abundant food, abundant shelter. Then population will grow higher in level. It will never stop. Okay. Second one is logistic. Logistic graph shows you lag phase, log phase, and stationary phase. Okay. You can say that your life. Okay, in your life you will feel high. Sometimes you will go low. Sometimes you will feel high. Sometimes you feel low. And at some position of your life you will become stationary by your emotions. Okay, same thing will happen in your logistic graph. It's worth saying itself. It has some logic. Okay, that's why it is logistic graph. So first we have exponential graph, which is also called geometric growth curve or J-shaped curve. Okay, when you draw this graph on x or y axis, you will see like this structure. Okay, this is the carrying capacity of that graph, and this is unlimited. Okay, this graph never stops, and this graph is not seen in normal population. It will present only in microorganism. In multicellular organism, this graph cannot be grown because multicellular organism does not have unlimited that sexual reproduction power. Secondly, it will not provide that multicellular organism never provided unlimited food. They never have an unlimited shelter. Okay, that's why their growth curve is not exponential. Multicellular organism growth curve is always logistic. Okay, so this graph is for microorganism mainly. Okay, because their growth is unlimited. Okay, so in this we have population size n. Okay, birth rate b, death rate b. Okay, by this and giving this thing in a formula, we get a formula which is called dn by dt equals to b minus n into n, and hence at last we have a final formula then which is dn by dt equals to rn. Okay, where your dn equals to total number of presence of natality or all the things. Dt is the number of time. Okay, rn is the your that natality rate and other that aspects. Okay, so when we do an integral formula for d and dt is equal to r, and we get nt equals to n naught ert. Okay, where nt is the population density after a given time, n naught is the population density at a given time. 0 means at the starting time of the graph, at the starting point of the graph. Then r is equal to intrinsic rate of natural increase, means the population increase which is happening in the group. Okay, and e is the base of natural logarithm, which value is 2.71. It never get unstable. Okay, ये हमेशा 2.71 रहती है. Okay, it always remain 2.71. It never become up and down. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, which is your logistic graph. Okay, now next is which is your exponential graph. Next is your logistic graph, sigmoid graph, S-shaped graph, or your one-cycle logistic growth curve. Okay, इतने सारे नाम है इस कर्व के, वापस I am going to repeat it. Your logistic graph, S-shaped graph, sigmoid growth graph, Wark-Hull logistic growth graph. Okay, so this graph is the reality of life. Okay, you in life you never high. Okay, in life you will feel sometime low. अंबानी हमेशा से अंबानी नहीं था. Okay, in initial days he also faces some low. Okay, and then he faced rise and now he's stable. Okay, same thing with the life also. Okay, initially you will not get fame. You have to do hard work. You have to face some problems in the life. That is your lag phase of your life. Okay, next is when you get that thing positive, you make hard work, you get success. That time is your log phase, and after that log phase you become stationary. Okay, so that thing is your stationary phase according to this graph. Okay, now we are going to see this. The formula for this graph is your dn by dt equals to rn k minus n upon k, where your n equals to population density, r equals to intrinsic value, k is equal to carrying capacity of the graph. Okay, and this is your logistic graph. Okay, this is your lag phase, this is your log phase, and this is your stationary phase. Lag phase, as I already said, the phase in which you face problem, you have some bad time, that is your lag phase. Okay, next is log phase or exponential phase. That is the phase when your life have a roller coaster highs. Okay, means you are on a high pitch. Then that phase of your life is your log phase or exponential phase. And at last you have a stationary phase in which you become stable. Okay, जिंदगी कुछ भी तुम्हारे साथ कर रही हो तुम्हें उस पर फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा हो, that phase is your stationary phase. Okay, same thing will happen in this growth also. First we have lag phase in which the population is start to increase, then exponential phase in which it will increase rapidly, then stationary phase in which it will become stable. No increase, no decrease, a stability is maintained in the population. And this is your logistic growth, which is a real graph or a real condition which you see in the world. Okay, see in your life, phases in your life. One more example I can give you for this graph is that lag phase is your childhood. Okay, log phase is your adulthood, and stationary phase is your old age. Okay, this is the second example. Okay, one example I also have Harshit Mehta example. Okay, but it will not end in the stationary phase. It will end in death. Okay. Second I have Lucky Bhaskar. Okay. First days when he is working in the bank, he having lag phase. Then it was phase where he have exponentially growth. Okay. Take present last when he settled in USA, it is the stationary phase of that life. Okay. So this graph of logistic growth, it is present every one life. You will see this graph every time. Okay, this is the main basic graph of a life. Okay, in which first you have to face some hard work, some sorrows. Then there's a time when your hard work pays and you get success, and at last you want stability, you want peace. Okay, so that is your logistic curve. Okay, Then this is your NCERT diagram in which you have both the graphs simultaneously. The red line denotes your exponential growth. The formula is dn by dt equals to Rn, while your B is your logistic growth, which is dn by dt Rn in bracket k minus n upon k, where k is the carrying capacity of this graph. Okay, and the last point of this chapter is life history variations. Okay, so what is the variation come in the life cycle of an organism to survive in a particular ecosystem, in a particular habitat, to face about the abiotic forces. Okay, we are going to study in this point. Okay, so population evolved to maximize their reproductive fitness. As you know, every person which takes birth in the world, its basic motive is to make its progeny go ahead. Okay, it will have to make its progeny. Okay, then it will take birth on the earth. Okay, if it is not doing that thing, means it is a waste. Okay, so for that thing, different organism evolves different types of reproductive natures. Okay, which we are going to see in this thing. Some organism breed only once in their life. Okay, just like your bamboo tree. Okay, and your Pacific salmon fish. These organisms breed only once in life. After that, they will be die. They will die. Okay, that bamboo tree, it will flower in 150 years to 100 years. Okay, it is not the age of human. Okay, if you are 80-year-old, if a bamboo tree flowering in 150 years of age, then you can never see a bamboo tree flowering. Okay, next, salmon fish. Okay, salmon fish, the scene in salmon fish is that they lay their egg in fresh water. And when they go to fresh water for laying egg, they do not come back in the oceans. They will die there. Okay. Next thing is, while other breeds many times most of the birds and mammals. Okay. Every year dogs give birth to their pups. Okay. Cat give birth to their kittens. Birds give birth to their chicks. Okay. So in mammals and birds, you will see every year they will give birth to their young ones. While in some organisms like bamboo and salmon fish, they only reproduce once in a lifespan. Okay. Next, according to the size of the organism. Okay. Some produces large number of small size offspring, just like the frog, fish. Okay. These organisms, lower invertebrates, lower chordates, these produce large number of offspring. Okay, large number, but their size is small, very small. Okay, because they know they can easily eaten by their predators. So maintain their progeny, maintain their pedigree. They will give birth to large number of offspring. Okay, while on the other hand, that small number of large size offspring is produced by large animals like mammals and birds. They will produce 6 to 10 babies. Okay, in human it is 1, in dogs it is 6 to 8. Okay, in birds it is 3 to 4. Okay, they know because they have parental issues. Okay, they have parental care. They do parental caring to their young ones. So they give birth to only less than half dozen organisms. Okay, so this is your life history variation. Next is, these facts indicate that life history traits of organism has evolved due to the limited abiotic and biotic component of the habitat. Okay, means abiotic component is limited, then you will do this thing. When the biotic component is very less, then you will do the same thing. Okay, so these all are the attributes, the facts due to which evolution take place nearby the reproduction. Okay, how the reproduction take place nearby our evolution styles. Okay, so for today that much. So this is the end of the unit ecology. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe the video, and keep learning, keep growing with us.